When I first started doing ghost walks, York was fantastic. No lights in any places like this. Go all sorts of places, and all of a sudden, lights everywhere. Utilising all the space. Are you the last now? Are we all here? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Come on, hurry up! You've been window shopping, haven't you? Got some windows like it. Like Leah thinks it. Right. Okay, we walked past the Golden Fleece. Somebody mentioned the Golden Fleece to me. It's pretty well known now. It wasn't. It's pretty well known now. It's got 5 ghosts in 4 rooms. The most famous one is a ghost of a Canadian airman. And the story wasn't actually about a Canadian airman first. It was about a man who people had seen in a room at the back. And people saw this ghost, and if they were staying there, they'd see it and see him go out the window and look out, and oh, someone's gone out the window, look down, nobody's there. And one lady came on a walk and said, I saw this man, I can describe him. He had a uniform on. Great. You're talking my sort of language now. I did a military history degree. Uniforms I'm pretty good at. We went through every uniform of every regiment and every possible soldier that had been in York. No way. We went through Roman, we went through everything. No, wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. Okay, off she went. She went back to Canada. She was Canadian. And she came back to York a few years later and came up and said, he came with me. He's back in Canada. I said, he can't be, he's still here. He's still in Canada. He's in my house with me. And I said, well, explain this uniform. So I see him all the time now. And he wears a strange tunic, shorts. Anything else about it? Yeah, it's got wings on it. It's not a soldier at all, it's an airman. So when I got the books out, I said, is that it? Exactly. It's a Canadian airman. Quite a few airfields around York, very flat if you haven't noticed around York. During the Second World War, a lot of airfields sprung up around York. And a lot of these young boys were here, and they were going to be flying over Germany the following morning. They'd go out and have a good time in York the night before. And this lad apparently got drunk. I assume he got up to go to the window to be sick in the night and fell out the window. That's what I think. Why else would he go out the window? But yeah, the Ghost of the Airman's still seen there. If you do go back there and go for a drink in there, it's a really interesting place, but the most interesting thing about it is when you walk in, you walk down from the front to the back. Most people looking down, watching the feet because it's on a bit of a slope. If you look up, you'll see death masks. You know, I mentioned death masks earlier on? You'll see them. They're watching you. You're not watching them. So if you do go back in, have a look. Try and imagine York in medieval times. This was not set and paved as it is now. It was virtually a running sewer because there'd been cattle and all sorts of animals here to be slaughtered. And they just throw the blood and the entrails out into the street. First thing in the morning was throwing the night waste out the window. Do you all know what I mean by night waste?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking it for about an hour. So it probably bounced up all over the food.
Ew.
Horrible, horrible. No wonder people contracted some awful diseases. There was a lady who lived in Shambles in 1570. 1586, and she was called Margaret Clitherow. She was wife of one of the butchers, and she was a Catholic in a Protestant country. it was illegal to be a Catholic, and she was caught having mass said in her house and harbouring priests. She was brought before the mayor, Lord Mayor as it is in York, and he condemned her to death. It was a stepfather who condemned her to death. She was killed in a rather horrific way. The big rock on the floor, they made a line in the rock with it in the middle of the back, placed a wooden door on top of her and stone weights on top of the wooden door, and they crushed her to death. There's a little shrine up here on the left hand side to Margaret Clitherow. Has anybody been in it?
Yeah.
Fantastic place, isn't it? Really moving place. It's not where she actually lived. She lived further up on the right hand side, number 10. But it can be the hottest day of the year in York, and it can be amazingly busy and noisy. And they'll have the outer door open and the inner door open, both wedged open always. And you can go in there, you can read about Margaret, say a prayer, and I guarantee it will be cool in there and quiet. Very, very strange place. A lot of people come to me after the walk and say, oh, we went there and we found it very, very tranquil. And the word that tends to be used more than anything else, especially by the older people, is we feel it's awesome. We feel a sense of awe in there. So if you haven't been in there, please do. Right, we'll go walk up Shambles now. And not only was it the street of the butchers, it was supposed to be a lucky street. If you came here, you could buy a lucky charm. You could have people write things down and say, this is burn it and it's bring you good luck, and all that sort of mumbo jumbo. And people would come and buy things here, spend their money. But even if you didn't have the money all the time to do that, to come to York, people, or to go in and buy something, people could walk up. They believed it was good luck if they walked up. If you walk up with your loved ones, hand in hand, arm in arm, arms around each other, family or friends, it will bring you good luck. If you do, you must stay hand in hand, arm in arm round each other until I say, because if you don't, you'll die. Go walk up